Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to this pick a card reading. For those of you that are looking for insight or guidance into your career path, we do have three piles to choose from to start off the reading. I will live pull the cards with you for the rest of the reading. We have pile 1 and pile 2 and pile 3. If you need a moment to pause the video, you can go ahead and do so to choose your pile. Otherwise, I will see you in your reading. Okay, pile 1, let's see what's in store for you. Oof, we've got huge decisions coming up. And synchronicity. So you've already been getting signs, synchronicity, messages from Spirit, but what this feels like is almost like things have weirdly been falling into place or working out or kind of lining up in your life to show you that you do need to make some kind of big decision when it comes to your next career move. It feels like the right door, right? Like this red door feels like it's the right one. Almost like you intuitively know what the right path is what I'm getting a sense out of this. Maybe you have had or are going to have multiple options or choices as far as your next career move. Maybe you have like different offers from different companies, or you're thinking about starting your own business and you're not sure what the right path to that is. But again, synchronicity. So it's almost like things are at the right time. Like this feels like divine timing, like the right moment in your life where you feel like things might actually work out if you take this specific door, if you walk through the specific threshold. So we'll see what else comes up with that. All right, let's see. For pile 1, what do they need to know about their next career move? I did have Moonlight on the bottom when I pre-shuffled, so yeah, it keeps coming up too. It could be that it's been keeping you up at night, or you've been having weird dreams about it. Again, maybe intuitively you're getting messages. We have Compass. Again, almost astrologically, I would definitely suggest to look at your natal chart, okay? Look at what's going on as far as transits. What's triggering your birth chart, right? I would definitely say, is there anything transiting your 10th house or your 2nd house or even your 5th? I would also look at Venus. Is anything transiting Venus in your birth chart? Those are two small indicators that you can look at, or two examples of indicators. They're not small, but they're two examples of indicators, I should say. But your inner compass, right? Like you feel like your next career move is you following your true north. You following what feels like a purpose or a higher calling or a good sense of direction, where you feel more stable, more grounded. You feel like, again, like it's right. Like something feels like it fits perfectly. This red door, I keep going back to this, almost seems out of place, but it's not. So maybe on the surface level for a while, your next career move seemed like it would have been out of place, or it wouldn't make sense, but it does. And like on a deeper level, you're understanding like this actually does make sense. So you're following a new sense of direction with your next career move. You're following like again, almost like a higher calling. I'm actually gonna put this here. That makes more sense. Like a higher calling, or your soul and higher self giving you those synchronicities and those signs saying like, look, this feels like it's more in alignment. This resonates more to what you're trying to manifest, not so much so old timelines. Like I feel like you're shifting into a new timeline, a new chapter in your life. Pile 1. Their next career move. Time for a deep dive. The Swan Spirit. Okay. I think what really triggered this was a deeper understanding of self. Okay, it was almost like you're coming home to yourself. You are really analyzing or have been analyzing what it means to be you, and you're realizing that your career path isn't lining up with that. I do feel like you're changing the career. Okay. If it's not necessarily like maybe changing companies, then it could, or even career paths themselves. It could be that you're changing within the company, but maybe you're playing a different role. We have the devil and the high priestess coming up. I'm getting a sense of, for some of you, it's counseling. You're looking at counseling for maybe addiction, or relationship counseling. Some of you are looking into counseling for children, or working working in the field where it helps children, because it could be like working in a school environment, or working in a shelter environment, or working maybe in the child's psych ward or something like that, maybe in a hospital setting, because I'm seeing all of that. Working with addiction. But your next career path has, one more thing, my guides are saying somebody's looking into like being a midwife, or working with gynecology, a lot of health. But again, almost very focused on motherhood or children. Maybe some of you, your next career path or your next career move, you have to think about yourself as a mother, or you have to think about your children when you're making the next decision. Some of you are thinking about going back to school, going to university, college, or taking classes or courses. And maybe it doesn't have to be fully like enrolling in a whole semester, but maybe you're looking at taking a class or a course, or mentoring, teaching students, teaching information. But at the end of the day, your next career move, really, again, it's going back to the Swan card here and this Queen of Cups. You're really looking at emotional fulfillment. What makes you feel like satisfied, or makes you feel, that's not a good word, makes you feel fulfilled. Yeah, we'll go back to that. Fulfilled is a good word. Because it makes you feel like you can really enjoy life. It is a very abundant move. And it is a move that's going to take some time, 6 to 9 months to mature, to grow, to accrue in abundance. I would say whenever you're watching this, it's either going to be by Taurus or Libra season. Things are going to start to pick up. I do have Taurus and Libra energy. I also have Capricorn energy, and then I have Cancer energy, if that resonates. But as far as timeline goes, Taurus or Libra season are really significant in this reading. I want to know what this High Priestess is about. I want to clarify. Well, we'll go down the line and we'll clarify anything. What's this Devil about for pile 1? What's this Devil card about for pile 1? Oh, okay. We got 2. I was going to take the 1. Here's the Knight of Cups. And the 2 of Pentacles. You feel very restricted right now. Some of you are trying to maybe make a side hustle, or a part-time job, your full-time job, or your full-time gig. You're having a hard time kind of moving things around, changing the schedule, or being more flexible with your time when it comes to like making time for this next career move. It's like you're restricted, you're limited, you're trapped in a time loop. You need to get out of this karmic. This is karmic in nature. By you choosing your next career move, it's karmic in nature for you to get out of a time loop, to get out of a situation where you feel like your emotions are always all over the place, and also like your time and your effort and your energy is being played with. But you are being asked to be flexible as you approach this next career move. You might have to change some finances around in order to free yourself from a very restrictive situation. I'm seeing like you're either feeling like you're suffocating emotionally in a situation, or you're just restricted on what you can do. High Priestess. King of Swords. Your intuition, the synchronicities, again, the synchronicities that are happening right now are giving you a clear sense of direction. It's giving you a clear idea on how to make the decision. I would also say that with this high priestess, yeah, there it is. Okay, so be clear on accepting a new job offer or accepting a promotion or an increase in pay, some kind of reward, some kind of recognition. Just use your intuition and use your discernment as you navigate it. Don't settle for less than you deserve. Communicate about it. Yeah, because your next career move might be that. It might be like a new role, a new leadership role, or possibly just, again, maybe a promotion or a pay increase, and you have to like debate about it, and you want to be able to talk about your worth because you're very good at what you do. All right, let me just say it that way. People seek that out. They're seeking out what you do. Don't there could be a sense of somebody being betrayed or feeling betrayed by another person because they tried to like pull the wool over their eyes, or they tried to rip the rug out from underneath somebody else. This feels like very much like somebody rudely and abruptly ending another person's dreams or path or goal, and they did it because they wanted to win themselves. Like, this feels very sneaky. This is very sneaky energy, so pay attention. Again, be discerning with that King of Swords. Three of Cups, there's the Queen of Cups again, and Justice. Your next career move might involve some legal action or taking some legal matters in your own hands. Like, maybe you have to sign a contract or, get something notarized or fill out some paperwork. And that's definitely in the cards here. But again, it is emotionally the right time. This feels like a celebration, a reunion of the self emotionally. So it's going to work out in your favor. It's just that this energy is a little bit tough for you, pile number one. You have to pay attention to not letting somebody be sneaky, not letting somebody be steal your thunder. Let me say it that way. Steal your again, paperwork. Steal your glory, because you do deserve it. There is glory here. There's honor. There's duty. There's responsibility. There's success, abundance, all of that, if the plan is made. Also, again, don't be stubborn. Don't be stubborn to changes over the next 6 to 9 months. There's a big, big decision, okay? And you get put on the mountaintop, and sometimes it can get lonely on the mountaintop, right? Sometimes it can show people's true colors when you succeed and somebody else doesn't want you to succeed, or they're trying to take your glory again. But you are going to get your wish fulfillment, especially if you've been struggling financially, or if you've been struggling with health issues, and that's kind of affecting your career life. And there's also feeling emotionally fulfilled after an emotionally empty time. Just not liking what you do at work, or just feeling like it's just not the right place for you anymore. It's just not the right environment. Whatever that case is, again, over the next 6 to 9 months, things are about to go into a whole different new direction. Let's get some last bits of advice for pile one. Okay, thinker. It is about thinking, right? It's about contemplating, meditating, especially because bottom of the deck, there's a higher power. Again, connecting with that synchronicity energy of making sure that you're following your messages, following your signs, following the guidance that your higher self and your higher power is trying to give you. But just think things through. Don't rush into anything. This is a journey, definitely. This is one of those decisions that takes time to unfold. It's not an overnight, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do it now kind of a thing. It's to take your time, plan things out. Don't be stubborn to change and too slow, but also just making sure that you have everything thought out beforehand. Now, if you want some more clarification on this and you'd like to book a personal reading with me, the website is in the description box. Otherwise, I hope that this helped. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one. All right, pile number 2. Let's see what's in store for you. Credit repair. It's coming up for your next career move. And individuality. I almost wanted to pull that in the reverse. It's making me feel like you're not feeling like an individual. You're not feeling unique. You're not feeling special in your current career path. Or at least maybe you're being asked to let that individuality, that uniqueness, what makes you special, let that shine. Let that be shown. Show up. I'm getting Leo energy, almost like, or I'm seeing the Sun card, so I won't be surprised if that comes out. But I'm getting a sense of like you putting yourself out there, you needing to come out of your own, comfort zone, coming out of your shell. Like this is what's coming up with the individuality card. It is a number 11, working with your higher self, maybe seeing a lot of 1111 as a synchronicity. But credit repair is coming up as well. So maybe you are looking at your credit score. Maybe you're trying to figure out, okay, how do I settle some old debts? How do I get my score back up? Maybe you're thinking about making a big purchase, like purchasing a new vehicle or purchasing a home or taking care of the kids and saving up to send them over to college. Unfortunately, sometimes having a good credit score will help with that too. But if this is affecting your next career move, then I'm wondering if you're thinking, okay, if I take this new job or if I take this new role in this position and it pays more, or if I take on more clients or more customers or whatever it is, and it pays more, then I'll be able to settle more debt and fix my credit score even more so that I can make that big purchase. That's what I'm getting out of this. But at the end of the day, on a spiritual and soul level, okay, this almost this is almost kind of like a spiritual message in itself, right? Because by following your authenticity, by following your uniqueness and what makes you special, you are also repairing your soul, right? Almost like your credit score is going up on a spiritual level. I know that sounds silly, but that's what I'm getting out of that. All right, what else for pile number 2, please? What do they need to know? What do they need to know? That rescue card wanted to come up. I'm not going to take these. I just wanted to see. This is feeling like lack consciousness, lack mentality. I don't have enough. I'll never be enough. Stressing over bills, stressing over money, stressing over finances in some way, and it's definitely affecting your career move. Of course, why wouldn't it, right? We're gonna take that one. Education. Okay, what did I brought that up actually. Maybe someone's just worried about sending their child off to college, or maybe it's not about sending a child off. Maybe it's about sending yourself off, and you're thinking about, oh gosh, I need to take on some loans, but my credit score is not that great. How do I do that? Some of you might be thinking about learning a new job, learning a new skill, a new trade, a new path. Maybe some of you are thinking about going in the education field as far as your next career move. Yeah, so I'm definitely getting training in a new position, or learning something new to add to your business, or literally going back to college. Okay, but there is information. There's information regarding your next career move that you're about to receive as well. That's why that card is coming up. Research, study, gather information. Don't go willy-nilly, right? Like that's basically what that card is saying. Make sure that you're getting all the information that you need to get before you make the next career move. Pile 2. Okay. We're gonna take. Actually, I want this one. All right. Cat spirit. Claim your independence. Again, individuality. Maybe you're trying to become more financially independent. That's why you're trying to maybe fix your credit score or get some new information, learn a new trade. Maybe you work for a company, but you want to be your own boss and you're trying to start your own business and you're trying to learn on how to do that right now. I do feel like strongly with this combination of cards, I honestly feel like I'm talking to some entrepreneurs or sole proprietors, people who do want to work for themselves. That doesn't have to be. It could just be that you want a career path where maybe you work alone and not so much as a team, or maybe you want a career path where Again, your individuality, your uniqueness, your independence, what makes you you, what makes you special, your authenticity is honored. The messages just keep repeating themselves, pile number 2. It's pretty clear, right, about what it is that your soul is seeking. But yeah, you're an independent being, right? You are a strong, independent person. That's what I'm getting out of that. So honoring that while you make your next career move is very essential. It's very important. Okay. 6 of Pentacles. 4 of Swords. 4 of Wands. 8 of Swords. Magician. Oh, okay. Cards are like that, wasn't it? The Star. You know what? I'm going to take both of them, actually. Oh, yeah. I love that, actually. Together, that's great. Page of Cups on the bottom. Okay. Again, it's almost like you feel financially restricted. Like your hands are tied or your assets. Maybe, I don't know. I just heard assets frozen. Like accounts are frozen or something. It is pretty deep. Whatever this is, it's pretty deep. It's living paycheck to paycheck and getting out. I think it's getting out of that, getting out of the struggle, which takes time. It takes effort, and it takes also because you're such a spiritually, you're spiritually in tune with everything. Of course, it's stressful and it stresses you out because you also don't want to work a job where you're just trading time for money and nothing else. You do want a job that is the right choice. You're trying to manifest right now. I can see that you're in the process of manifesting something big when it comes to your career move. I don't know if I'm just speaking to one person or a bunch of people who are currently unemployed, because somebody has taken a break from a job or has separated from a job, has quit or gotten fired, and now they feel emotionally and financially restricted, tied up. I will say also don't overthink it, okay? Don't overthink everything right now. Kind of, I know it's annoying to hear this because it's very cliche and foo-foo, but you need to hear the cliche foo-foo spiritual guidance right now of going with the flow. You need to go with the flow. You need to just see where things go. Don't overthink it. If you have a doorway, open up, you just go through that doorway, see where it goes. Don't underestimate yourself. Let me say it that way. I do see that there is something working out, whether it's getting that loan approved, getting that pay raise, getting the increase in clients, whatever it is that you're looking for, that will feel much better. Like you can breathe a little bit. In turn, your home life will get a little bit, more comfortable. I do see somebody trying to get approved for a home loan. And it's affecting their work decisions because they're looking at, okay, well, do I work overtime? I'm not making enough at this current job. Do I take on a second job? Do I try to go for some side hustle? But you will receive an offer here, pile number 2. There's an offer headed your way, and it's a well-intended offer. It's a good offer. Might be small to start, but it gets you kind of in the right direction. It gets the ball rolling. It gets you feeling more balanced financially and balanced emotionally. Have hope. Stay optimistic, okay? There is a sense of being faced with many decisions. And again, with that cat spirit, you're being asked to independently follow what feels true to you. Oh, wow. Big decision. Big decision. This could have to do... well, no. I think that there's other people that are involved as well. And you're not only making this decision for you. And of course that would make sense, right? Because you have a family to think about or you have a loved one to think about. But it's a decision that you're going to have to make with a clear head And it's a decision that you're going to have to really get the bigger picture of. Okay? What's the big picture here? Four of Wands again. Yeah. You just want a happy home life. You're trying to get your career to match up with this new timeline, this new path that you want that involves you creating a more stable, happy home life. I said 11-11, and you keep getting 11-11 too, so don't ignore that. Again, emotional fulfillment, wish fulfillment. That's 3 times about a wish fulfillment. When it comes to your next career move, you're about to get what you're hoping for, praying for, wishing for. Again, higher calling. I feel like a lot of people that are watching right now just want to work independently or want to work alone or want to work for themselves. It's the right time, though. There's something here about divine timing, pile number 2. You're also realizing that as far as your career goes, you're getting some wake-up calls, and you're getting a push in the right direction from spirit. There could be some stuff that comes back up that's old. So again, old debt, old problems, old jobs maybe that give you offers, but you really have to sit and think, what is the right thing to do? The right thing for you and the right thing for your family. Now, here we are at the 8 of Swords. This is the one I really wanted to clarify because you might be thinking, coulda, woulda, shoulda, right? This is my coulda, woulda, shoulda card. This is my excuses card. This is my not believing in yourself and having too many self-doubts card, okay? So don't do that. I know it's easier said than done. But you have a bright future that you're trying to build. You have a bright future that you're trying to build. Believe in that, okay? You're trying to fix things. You're trying to make things more stable, so focus on that. Don't focus on regrets and, stopping yourself because of mistakes that you made in the past. You have the tools. You have the resources. If you don't, then network. Find out who you need to talk to. Find out who you need to connect with. Communicate with people to get, the financing or whatever that you need to get the financial help that you need. Or the financial guidance. Maybe it's like, I don't know how to start a business. How do I do that? Well, get the information. Again, divine timing. You're stressing out because things could feel a little uncertain. You got the Moon card. A little confusing. But deep down, you know that this desire is true and you know that you want this. You're hungry for this. You're hungry for the next step in your career move. So don't let the confusion fog you down. Again, I know it's easier said than done, the things that I'm saying, but you got to work on that because things are about to change big time. Stay hopeful, stay optimistic. Basically, these cards are saying, these 4 are like all that you need to know. You're stressing out to the point where you might not even be sleeping right, or you might feel sick all the time because you're stressing yourself out too much. Stay optimistic. Things are about to change. You're about to have so many choices. Last bits of advice for pile number 2. Ooh, soulmates. Interesting. Maybe that has to do with that Lover's card. For some of you, this has to do with the fact that, and I know this sounds weird, but sometimes we get into soulmate contracts and it actually helps our career, right? I know that sounds weird, but think about it that way, right? Like think about you move to a new city, you meet this beautiful soulmate, you get together, and it doesn't have to be romantic, and then they open up a doorway for you with your career. Get what I'm saying? Could be something like that, but also the next career move, and I know this is going to sound weird, but in a way, you have a soulmate contract with your next career move, especially if you're working for yourself or starting your own business. You are your own soulmate, right? All right. If you need more clarification, my website is down below for booking personal readings. Otherwise, I hope that this helped. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one. All right, pile 3. Let's see what's going on for you. You have job loss or termination of employment. Don't get freaked out. Let's see what this is about, because there's going to be some clarification, obviously. And leadership. Ooh. Okay. So one or two things I'm already getting a sense of. Maybe you have recently lost your job, okay? And you're out in the world right now looking. Maybe you are currently unemployed and you're looking for the next career, which could lead to a leadership role, all right? Now, some of you are thinking about leaving your job. Some of you are thinking, I don't want to be in my current environment. I'm getting like a toxic work environment for somebody. And I'm also getting like I wake up, hit the alarm, I take my shower, eat my breakfast, go to work, come home, and I do the same thing every single day. And you're getting like this monotony, this, the typical hustle and bustle life. And you're tired of it is what I'm getting. I'm also getting one job is transferring to another. Now, leadership can sometimes be self-employment for me, okay? Being, working for yourself, being an entrepreneur. But it could literally be like taking a leadership role, a management position, or leading a group in some way, shape, or form, okay? But you're also being asked to be your own leader, right? Especially if you are suffering right now as far as unemployment goes, take the reins, right? Put 5, 6, 7, job applications in a week. Don't try to hope and pray for one job, because that can be disappointing, of course, right? And that can affect you on a spiritual and emotional level, and on every level, mental too, obviously. But yeah, I'm getting like a sense of you needing to take the leadership role, like you needing to lead your life. There seems to be like a lack of like you're not able to expand where you are. You're not able to like really grow into who you are. You're not able to shine. A lot of power is taken from you is what I'm getting out of this. Like you can't be who you really want to be, or you just, yeah, it's like you're watered down. You're underestimated. You're undervalued in a situation. And it's just not working anymore, Pile 3. It's just not. It's not. Pile 3. What does Pile 3 need to know? Okay. Protecting treasure. I don't know what's going on, Pile 3, but I'm definitely getting that at least one person watching right now is just, I almost want to say abused. Like their power is abused. Like they're not, again, they're undervalued. They're overworked. They're underpaid. Like you have these great ideas, and they're shot down consistently. And this, maybe it's not even at work. Maybe it's at home and it's kind of affecting your work life. But somebody is getting just, their dreams are being crushed. They're getting talked down to. They're being belittled. They feel worthy. They don't feel worthy is what I was trying to say. They feel worthless. There's a fungus growing, Pile 3. For some of you, there's a fungus growing, okay? It's going to infect everything. You have to pay attention to that, especially if it's negative energy, because this feels very negative. I don't know if it's just one person that I'm picking up on, all right? This is why it helps to subscribe, so I can connect a little bit easier. But somebody is feeling just downright beaten. There's also not a lot in the bank. This is struggling financially, or just needing to scrounge, needing to go into the savings account. You don't want to go into the savings account. You are protected, though, Pile 3. Whatever's going on, okay, you are protected by spirit. There's a miracle, a hidden blessing. I don't even know if that is a rainbow in the background, but I'm seeing a rainbow, okay? Kind of looks like a rainbow right now. I don't know if you can see it. I feel like you can see it, but it's like the rainbow after the storm, okay? Things are about to really change for you. Goblins, look at this. Goblins on the bottom of the deck. you might feel like everyone's negative portrayal of you, or like their negative like idea of your reputation. I don't know what's going on here. Pile number 3. Don't let negativity influence the way that you think about yourself, and how proud you are of yourself, and how worthy you feel, and how your self-esteem plays a role in this. Keep your confidence high, okay? You should be very confident in what you do. You are a good person and you have a lot to offer. Don't water yourself down. Be playful, sandpiper spirit. I love that. That's actually really good advice for you right now. Things just seem very serious. Whatever it is that you're dealing with, it's too, we're way too focused on reality. We're way too in the mud, like in the dirt, in the trenches of war, kind of. This is what it feels like. You need some fun, pile number 3. And I know that this is not what I was kind of intending as far as giving a message for your next career move, but you're being asked to make sure that you're taking time out to play, to enjoy life, to take breaks from the stress of all of this, because it is very stressful. Now you're also getting the message of making sure that you play around with your options, be flexible, be open, don't settle for the first thing that comes around just because the account is negative. I get that. I've been there, okay? I understand what that feels like, and I'm telling you, settling just makes it worse, because then you start a new job that you realize 3 months in, my God, I hate this job just as much as I hated the job that I just left. And then the next thing you know, you're job hopping because you keep going to the first thing that is offered to you, and you're still unhappy, and you're still underpaid, and you're still overworked. Do you get what I'm saying? Try not to settle at this time. Trust and believe that the universe will provide for you as you find whatever is in the highest alignment. You should not settle. Whatever it is that you're dealing with as far as career, don't settle. That's the biggest message that I'm getting right now. You are worthy of more. And there's nothing wrong with asking for more. There's nothing wrong with wanting more. We get into like this weird mentality in the spiritual community where like wanting more and wanting money or wanting financial stability is like wrong. And it's not wrong. There's nothing wrong with that. Desires shouldn't be wrong. They shouldn't feel wrong, especially if it's like, I want a job where I make good money and I'm happy. Beautiful. Everybody should want that. Everybody should have that, right? And that includes you, pile number 3. Man, I don't know why I feel like I'm lecturing you. I'm sorry, but I feel like I'm kind of yelling at you. I'm not meaning to. I just feel like you should stop listening to the naysayers. Or this could be like, just don't listen to your own negative thinking, because you're such a beautiful person and you deserve beautiful things and you deserve to have a beautiful, big, bad life, okay? Okay, I'll stop yelling. Pile 3. Yeah, there it is. You're just in a very vulnerable position right now. Things are just feeling weird, and they're feeling like you're, you know, yeah, look at this. Like you're getting attacked is what I want to say. Like you're backed into a corner. Pile 3, what gorgeous cards to have come out for a career move, okay? Brand new, fresh beginning. Things getting easier. You learned so much. You gained so much experience with what you just went through or what you're currently going through. Confidence, self-esteem. Those are 2 very big things, especially if you're going into an interview where you know you're really qualified for, or even if you're not. Maybe if it's a brand new thing that you've never tried out, but you know deep down, like, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do a really good job at it because I know that this is for me. Believe in yourself. Whatever it is that you're doing, your next career move needs you to believe in yourself, because there's a brand new, fresh beginning. You're about to receive an offer, okay? A big time offer. This is usually my self-employment card, so that's here. You could be wanting to work for yourself. Entrepreneur. This could be student, going back to school, college, or learning a new course, taking on a new job and learning a new job. But maybe you could be moving. You could need to move to find better opportunities as far as work goes. Maybe your new job is asking you to relocate. There's definitely a new role for somebody watching that involves you to be the leader, to be a manager, to lead a group of people in some way, shape, or form. This could be online because I'm also seeing that. You're manifesting big time. You're manifesting big time with the universe. The universe is helping you out so much. Please trust in that. Please believe in that. Have some fun while you're doing it. One of the biggest things that I learned that I'm still working on incorporating, but one of the biggest things I learned at a workshop once, and it changed my whole perspective. And I try to go back to it because unfortunately I get sucked into the duality of this world, just like we all do, right? Here's the thing. Here's a good lesson. The more you play with your environment, the more you play with your life and play with the universe, the easier things are. And it's not being like careless, it's just learning to be more carefree. The more you can be more carefree, the crazier it will blow your mind how easily things can manifest. But you got to get in that vibration, right? You got to get in that frequency that says, I'm going to go into this with an open mind and a carefree attitude. Because even if this doesn't work out, I know the next thing might. And even if that doesn't work out, it doesn't matter. I'm protected by the universe. Do you get what I'm saying? Play with it. Go into the next job interview just seeing what happens. Not putting so much on a pedestal, right? Not putting so much expectation on yourself or on the job or on the outcome. The star. Just have fun with it. King of Wands again. Leo energy again. You have Leo, Aquarius, and Libra, if that resonates. You see how, also, look at, you see how the Fool, both King of Wands, the Star card, they're all looking at this job loss or termination of employment. I will say, sometimes I use directional in readings, and I'm really looking at it right now, and you got to face this struggle head on right now, because your next career move is asking you to be more confident and have a high self-esteem. You can regenerate what is lost. The King of Wands is about regeneration. That's why the salamander is in it. Every single King of Wands has that salamander there, because the salamander can have its tail cut off and it will grow back. Loss, financial loss specifically, or job loss specifically, is scary, and it hurts, and you feel undervalued, and your self-esteem can drop way low, right? But you have to look at it as, this is an open door for the next opportunity that's going to be even better than what I just had, because I lost this job because I deserve more. Do you get what I'm saying? You have to. You must get into that frequency right now. Get into that frequency. Get into that vibration. Leo energy again. Believe that you are successful, that you are happy, that you are abundant, and that you deserve all the things. I also think that children are involved in this. Like, you have a family to take care of, or you need to think of your family in some way, shape, or form. But freedom. You have to start going into the frequency that right now you're free. You are free. You are liberated. You're definitely leaving behind a job. You could be moving again, literally moving to a different country, different state, different town, whatever, different company. You're moving. And it requires the bravery and the courage to say goodbye with grace and gratitude, and to remember that you've learned a lot on this experience. It taught you many, many things. And if anything, you can at least walk away with that. You can walk away with wisdom. Some of you really do want to start your own business or work for yourself, and I'm telling you, you can. Okay? Or just financial independence in some way. Gaining that financial, but you have to be willing to do it. Okay? You have to have that Martian drive, that willpower to do it. There is something to celebrate coming up here for you soon. Pile number 3. A brand new beginning. What is this offer? You might have to wait a little bit, but it's coming, okay? That's what the cards are saying. Or you've had to wait for a long time. It's coming. Leo season or Libra season might resonate. I will say that. Leo, Libra, or Aquarius season. But this offer is either a phone call, an email, a text message. It could come from a friend of a friend kind of a thing that leads to a job opportunity or a career move, or you could get advice or guidance or counseling from a friend of a friend or a friend itself. Friendships and community and networking is very important for you right now, okay? Patience is a virtue. Patience is a virtue, okay? You're manifesting the bright future that you want, especially for your family. So that requires patience. That requires stillness. That requires mindfulness, which can piggyback off of the playfulness, okay? That requires you to be flexible, to be malleable, and to believe in yourself. I keep saying that. Let's get some last bits of advice for pile 3. Brand new beginning, okay? Yin. Oh my God, I said you need that masculine energy, but you also need that feminine energy. Also, a card fell on the ground. Deep knowing. Well, yeah, because with the yin energy comes that natural intuitive sense. But with the yin energy, you have to balance out, when it comes to manifestation, you have to balance out action and receiving, right? Action and intention. The yin part of us receives and creates and knows deeply, intuitively. If you need clarification, you can book a personal reading with me down in the description box. Don't, obviously, if you're struggling financially, then don't. Check out another reading on the channel if you need more. Otherwise, I do hope this helped. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you in the next one.